Welcome everyone to our first ever live Q&A, all things Ride to Conquer Cancer, presented by Johnson & Johnson. I'm here with my colleagues Alyssa, Sydney, Hyoni, and Abiha behind the camera as well, monitoring the chat. My name is Ryan, and we are here today to deliver as much content as we possibly can in the next 60 minutes to make sure that you are ride ready. I want to take you through the agenda. Before we do that, we want to recognize our presenting sponsor, first year presenting sponsor. And if anyone from Johnson & Johnson is on the call today, please do send a note in the chat or a heart or a thumbs up. And we are so thrilled that you're here and can't wait to recognize your support on site. Next slide, Alyssa. We are 42 to 45, say, riders, 100 riders on Ride Weekend. And with that come a lot of questions. We are going to hopefully take you through the first 15 minutes of the presentation today and answer what we believe are the most pressing, prominent questions. And we've heard from many of you as we have rolled out the event weekend details. We know there's lots of questions on parking, on our new start and finish lines, and all things logistics over the course of the weekend. But we may not cover everything. So the last 20, 25 minutes of today's presentation, we're gonna open it up to Q&A. If you have any questions, please do put it into the chat. We have Abiha, our colleague, monitoring the chat. She's gonna share with us if there's any questions that come up. We'll hold them to the end, and then we will answer as a collective here. We're going to take the group through online check-in, what to expect if you have or have not checked in online, Ride Weekend overview, everything you may need before Ride Weekend and what to expect over the course of Ride Weekend, ABCs of bike prep, so making sure that your bike is ready for Ride Weekend. Like I said, then we'll open it up to Q&A. And then we will share, before we depart today, where you can find all of your rider resources. With that, I'm now going to pass it over to Sydney to give us an update and all things online check-in. Sid?
Amazing. Thanks, Ryan, and thanks everyone for being here. We're happy that you guys were able to make it. I'm just going to go through the online check-in process with you. Some of you, and maybe many of you, have actually already gone through the online check-in process. You'll maybe see the acronym OCI floating around with your friends online or with us, just so you know that is what it stands for as online check-in. If you've already done it, everyone who did it before the May 7th deadline means you were able to get your kit in the mail to you. Anyone after completing online check-in after May 7th, you'll be picking your kit up in person with us. We'll go through the times and dates that's available later in the presentation. Online check-in, we review a couple things. The first one being your fundraising. As you know, all of our routes have different fundraising minimums associated with them. And when we check the fundraising, you have two options. They are the deferred self-pledge, you might hear us say DSP, or an instant self-pledge, which is an ISP. The difference between the two is a deferred self-pledge means you commit to continue fundraising for 60 days after the ride. You put your credit card information into the online check-in portal. Don't worry if you pick the deferred self-pledge, nothing's being charged at this time. It's just a hold, and it allows you to continue fundraising till August. I'll go through a little bit of an example later. And then an ISP is you're just paying the balance of your fundraising on the spot while you're doing the online check-in. So say your fundraising minimum is $2,500 and you've raised $2,400, you would just pay the balance of $100, and that is, of course, a tax-deductible donation for you. And so just a quick example up here that you'll see how the DSP works. So say when you do online check-in, you have raised $2,000, but your minimum is $2,500. When you select the deferred self-pledge option, it'll ask you to put your credit card into the account, and then you continue fundraising, and if by August 8th you haven't met the fundraising minimum, you would pay the balance of how much you've raised at that point. So you'll see in the example here, you continued fundraising and got to $2,300. By August 8th, you would pay $200 of the balance. So we really encourage everyone to go through online check-in prior to the event. If you aren't able to do it before, you can do it with us when you pick up your kit in person. And I'm going to pass it over to go through the ride weekend overview.
All right. So my name is Alyssa. I'm going to be talking through some of the details that you all need to know about the start line. Can everyone hear us okay?
Yeah, we're getting some notes that we
Okay.
are not being heard.
Okay.
Okay, and some saying they can. Yeah.
If you can't, maybe just drop us a note in the chat to let us know. So the main Toronto event site is going to be located at Sherway Gardens, as you may know. It's going to be in the northeast parking lot at the corner of Queensway and Sherway Gardens Road. So if you've checked in online after May 7th, you can come to our kit pickup days and also exchange your jersey size if you need to, as well as dropping off your luggage and your bike that will hopefully be ready by then. So our kit pickup days at Sherway are going to be Thursday, June 5th from 11 a.m. to 8 p.m., as well as Friday, June 6th at the same time. You can come Saturday morning from 6 a.m. to 7:30, but we do highly recommend, if you are able to make it either Thursday or Friday next week, to please make some time to come down to see us so that you avoid the lineups on Saturday morning.
And Alyssa, I just want to highlight here for those long-standing riders on the call that have been doing this for 5, 10, 15 years. Yes, this is brand new that we're offering the opportunity to drop your bike off and your gear prior to event weekend. So we encourage, if you can, take advantage of this. Come down, get rid of your stuff, get rid of your bike, make it easier to travel down on Saturday. Just make sure that if you do drop your gear off, you do not need anything from your gear pack before Saturday afternoon, because we can't retrieve it once it's been packed into the truck.
Great point, Ryan. Thank you. And on the note of 5, 10, or 15-year riders, thank you so much for all of your support riding with us all these years. You can also pick up your milestone helmet at this tent at Sherway Gardens as well. Moving on to parking. So if you need to park at Sherway, we have parking available on the Thursday and Friday beside the main event in the green lot that you're seeing on the screen. For Saturday morning parking, please note that there's only one entrance into Sherway given our route, and that will be from the north side of the mall off of the Queensway. Please expect on that Saturday morning there will be a lot of traffic management folks and signage to direct cars to the main entrance as needed. And there is free overnight parking available in the red lot that you see on this map. Please note, this is an underground parking lot, so there is a height restriction of 6 feet 6 inches, including, so if you have a roof rack, please just be sure to take that off before entering into this lot to avoid damaging that part of your vehicle.
Or your bike.
Or your bike. Yes, please take your bike
bike.
off first. And there will be volunteers there to assist. Okay, I'm almost done. Friends and family can park in the blue lot for the day if they're, come in to see you and they want to see you off at the start line. If you're getting dropped off, you would need to go to the purple lot that's on these maps. All of these maps and these details are on our website available, which we will share the link with you, as well as accessible in your email. And lastly, there is a shuttle service on the Friday afternoon at Sherway for those who are going to be starting at Peller Estates at the Niagara start line and need a ride from Toronto. So the shuttle will be picking you up from the green lot on this map and departs Friday afternoon at 5 o'clock p.m. So please try and make your way over as soon as you can. It'll take you and your bike to Peller Estates Winery, where you can go to kit pickup at Peller Estates there. For any Niagara Start Line riders, please go to Peller Estates to pick up your kit. We won't have your kit available at Sherway. So just please head there. And if you're staying at one of our Niagara host hotels, we will have 2 shuttles that will drop you off at the host hotels. But please note that bikes will need to be parked in the bike parking at Peller Estates, as the shuttles cannot transport the bikes. Okay, over to Hyoen.
And just note that for bike parking overnight, there will be security, so your bikes will be safe and sound. So new for 2025, we've got 4 Corral start options where riders will self-seed based on your known average riding speed or your preferred pace. The Corrals will be marked at the start areas with large feather flags and signage, and we will also have volunteering there as well. So our first Corral is for our hammer riders and experienced riders, and those looking to ride at a pace of 28 kilometers per hour or faster. The second Corral is our breakaway Corral, and that Corral is for those who wish to ride at a steady pace of anywhere between 24 to 28 kilometers per hour. Corral 3 is our Peloton wave, and that is for those who would like to ride at a comfortable pace of anywhere between 20 to 24 kilometers per hour. And our fourth Corral is for those who don't really know what your pace is, or you just want to kind of have a social, slower pace towards and want to ride towards the back. In addition, we do have team gathering areas where you can plan to meet your team in areas A to F that are marked by 12-foot feather flags. Next slide, Alyssa. Thank you. We understand that many riders will want to ride with their team and that there are various paces and riding abilities across team members. So we do encourage you to select the Corral waves that best suit your personal pace or have your team defer to the slower riders in your group. You can always plan to meet up with your team at one of the pit stop locations along the route. If you are a cancer survivor and wish to be identified on your ride, with a yellow flag, we would be honored to celebrate your recovery and honor your journey. For those starting in Toronto, Dornella's Bike Shop will be set up at the start line and can help you install the flag on Thursday and Friday between 11 and 8 p.m. or Saturday morning, and they're located just beside bike parking. For Niagara riders, Ski and Cycle Niagara will assist with installing flags on your bike Saturday morning only, and they will be right by bike parking at Peller Estates. If you're starting in Niagara, you can pick up your kit, milestone helmet, exchange your jersey, patch, drop off your luggage and bike at Peller Estates on Friday, June 6th from 11 to 8 p.m. and Saturday morning from 6 to 7:30. For Friday, temporary on-site parking at Peller will be available for all riders for kit pickup only. However, on Saturday morning for ride start, please note that there is no parking on-site at Peller. Next slide, please. Event day parking is just down the road from Peller off of John Street, where all riders, family, and friends can park day of and overnight. There is a 5-minute shuttle that can take you from the offside parking to Peller, or you can simply walk or ride over. It's less than a kilometer from the event site.
And there is a paved path there too. So from the barracks along John Street to Peller, we were just there for an event, did a little bit of a site visit and ride, and noticed there's a paved path. So if you do have any sort of needs, wheelchairs, those sorts of things, you will have access along that path to make it into Peller if you opt not to take the shuttle.
All of these maps are available on our website under the event weekend details and under where to park. Back over to you, Alyssa.
Awesome. Thank you, Hyoni. So what you're seeing here, this is the schedule for the Saturday morning for both start line locations, including shuttle services. So for Toronto, we have shuttle buses at OVO Athletic Center, which is beside the exhibition, from 6 a.m. to 6:45 to take you and your bike to Sherway Gardens. Please note that there is no overnight parking available at OVO Athletic Center. We also have separate hotel shuttles that will pick up riders from the Toronto and Niagara host hotels to pick you up starting at 5:45 a.m. To take you to your respective start line. So please note there's also no bike transport from these hotels to the start lines on the Saturday morning. So you'll need to drop off your bike the day before in bike parking. Please check our event weekend details shuttle schedule for the respective hotel pickup time. Check-in at both start locations does open at 6 a.m. with breakfast, coffee, and electrolytes being available. All riders, you need to be on site by 7:30 a.m. for opening ceremonies, which start promptly at 8. So please be sure to arrive early, as it does fill up quite quickly. And at 8:30 a.m., the first corral will head out, followed by each subsequent corral wave. Now over to Sid to talk about the routes and pit stops.
Amazing. Thanks, Alyssa. So finally, we'll be at the moment that we've all been waiting for. We're taking off. You're going to hear that ready, set, ride, and you'll be on your way. No matter what route you're riding, the classic, the hammer, or the shortcut, or whichever start line you're starting at, we're all cycling towards McMaster University in Hamilton, and you'll be fully supported throughout the day. You'll see here a screenshot of all of our routes, both leaving from Toronto and Niagara Peller. You'll notice some road closures on specific parts of the route, but most of the routes will be fully open, so it's very important that you follow the regular rules of the road, such as stopping at all stop signs, riding as close to the shoulder of the road as possible, and not taking up the whole lane. The routes are all very, very well marked. We have police guidance at all major intersections. Moto safety, bike support, sweep vehicles, caboose trucks, and medical vehicles will be throughout the entire route. You're welcome to flag any of these down at any point throughout the day if you ever need any support. You'll find our pit stops every 25 to 30 kilometers. The pit stops are a great place to catch your breath, regroup with your team, and they're fully stocked with snacks, refreshments, washrooms, first aid, wellness products, and bike techs. Our wonderful bike support teams are ready to help with flat tires, chain brakes, and any other minor repairs that you might need. There are bike support cyclists as well as VeloFix mobile bike service to assist you on the route. In the case of any major repairs on the route, our sweep vehicles can take you to the next pit stops for full range support. If you need assistance with your bike, there are a lot of experienced cyclists that can help you out, so don't be afraid to ask any of your fellow cyclists for support. In addition, please call our emergency hotline number. It will be labeled on your wristband. Everyone would have received a wristband in the kit or when you pick up your kit in person. You can call the hotline number that's listed on there, and they'll dispatch someone to you wherever you might be. You can access all of our official route maps on Strava and the Ride with GPS links on our website. Please note these are subject to change in the event of last-minute updates from the municipalities. And additionally, you'll see in between all of our pit stops, we have cheer stations. So you're welcome to invite any of your friends and family to come at any of these cheer stations to cheer you and your fellow riders on throughout the route. We'll have lots of cheer gear for them, and also encourage you guys to make your own custom signs to cheer people on along the way. Check out our event details page on our website to find where you and your friends can find these different cheer stations.
Can we just highlight one thing on the routes, and that is that they are both like exactly 100 kilometers. So
Yes.
for those that have been riding with us, you know our routes have ballooned to 113, 117K. Our team at Mosaic did a wonderful job this year, and the start and finish lines helped a great deal too in trimming our routes down to they're bang on 100K on both days and a little less elevation too. So if you want the additional challenge, you can always do the hammer. But for those of you in the masses, I think you'll enjoy an even smoother ride this year.
Thanks, Ryan. For our shortcut riders, we have shuttles for you who may need a lift to the finish line. And those shuttle pickups will be at our lunch stops across all of our routes. So the day one lunch stop is around 42 kilometers into the route, into the Toronto Classic route. And day two lunch stop is 59 kilometers into the route for the Classic riders. For the Niagara route, our lunch stop shuttle pickup is 56 kilometers into the route, and you will load your bike and jump on the shuttle bus, and will be dropped off just a couple kilometers before the finish line each day, so you can ride across the finish line. The schedules for the shuttle buses are available on the event weekend details page. Next slide, please. At our pit stops, all of our pit stops are going to be well stocked with Perfect Sports electrolytes, water, and a variety of snacks. We've got Chronos energy bars and gels, Scratch energy chews, lots of bananas and oranges, Uncrustables, Oreos, candy, pickle juice, chips, popcorn. We've got a wide variety. Note that not every pit stop will have the same offerings. At our lunch stops for each day, we'll have a variety of sandwiches and wraps, salads, cookies, chips, water, electrolytes, pop, and coffee. And there are going to be gluten-free, veg, and vegan options as well. We've made our best efforts to accommodate dietary preferences. That's going to fuel your ride. However, if you do have strict dietary restrictions, we do recommend packing your own snacks accordingly. At each day on our lunch stops, we do have e-bike charging stations and at the camp finish line. And also every stop will have first aid and wellness products such as sunscreen, feminine care products, chamois cream, etc.
Thank you, Hyoni. So this is the schedule for camp at McMaster. So once you're done your 100 kilometers or your route for day one, you'll arrive at camp at McMaster University. So this is where we'll camp, connect, celebrate, and most importantly, you get to recharge after a really fun day on the road. All routes on day one will close at 6 p.m. So if you don't think you'll be able to make it to the finish line by this time, we do have support vehicles available to take you to camp. And so don't worry, no rider gets left behind. You can call the number on your wristband that Sid mentioned earlier for a pickup, as well as for any emergencies or mechanicals you may need en route. And you just need to let one of the volunteers know en route or at a pit stop that you would like transportation to the finish line. When you cross the finish line and people are cheering you on with cowbells and pom-poms, come to bike parking and drop off your bike there in the athletic field for the afternoon and overnight. Again, this is secured and is protected area. And right beside bike parking is where you'll pick up your luggage. Then grab a recovery drink from Perfect Sports, snacks, and get settled in. We do have showers and change rooms available in this area as well. At the entrance at camp on this map, you'll see there is a area to pick up your dorm key. If you're staying in one of the dorms at McMaster, you will get an email from McMaster next week with key pickup instructions. So be sure to have that email handy with you. As well as your ID. If you're camping out, just head towards the tent village and check in to get your tent assignment. For the most up-to-date information about bookings, please head to our event weekend details and the information will be there. Dinner is available starting at 4 o'clock p.m. in the dining tent, but we do have snacks available to hold you over beforehand. There will be hearty offerings for dinner of salad, brisket, chicken, pasta, veggie jambalaya, and dessert. So we've got you covered. We also have concession stands at the finish line at camp for friends and family who are coming to visit and wish to purchase food and beverage. Be sure to also check out our various camp amenities, such as our massage tent, yoga. We'll have live music, a beer tent, and of course our beloved camp show with Ryan and Steve that kicks off at 6 o'clock p.m. featuring our very exciting ride fashion show. And then at 7:30, the one-day riders will take your shuttle back to either Toronto Sherway Gardens or OVO Athletic Center or Niagara. Be sure, if you're on for day 2, be sure to get to bed early this evening and rest up well for day 2, as Sunday morning is a bright and early one. And for those of you staying on site, you can leave your bike at bike parking overnight, which will be fully secured. Now over to Hyoni to talk Sid to talk about Sunday.
Oh, sorry, just one thing about the overnight bike parking at McMaster. If you are staying off-site as well, you are more than welcome to. We do recommend just leaving your bike overnight. It is going to be secure with security.
Awesome. Amazing. Thank you. So now we're at day 2. We start a little bit earlier than we do on day 1. As you can see on the screen, we open breakfast as early as 4:30 in the morning. So please feel free to come get some food, warm coffee, and drop off your gear. Anyone who's staying at the Mohawk College dorms off-site, there will be a shuttle that'll pick you up. It will be leaving from Mohawk at 5:45 a.m. So just be sure to be outside of the dorm building at that time so you can hop on the shuttle. The routes officially open as of 6:30 a.m. and we encourage you to get out there as soon as you can. You'll go drop off your gear and we'll transport it to the finish line for you. Take your bike out of bike parking and hit the road. We will be closing the opening line on Sunday morning at 7:30 a.m. So all riders must be on the route by then, and you'll be riding towards Peller Estates in Niagara-on-the-Lake. You'll experience all of the same amenities that you saw on day 1 with regards to pit stops every 25 to 30 kilometers, the cheer stops strategically located in between each of them, and you'll be making your way to Peller Estates. You'll see here the shuttles start at 11 a.m. once you make it to Peller to head back to the Sherway or the OVO. So they'll be going in a loop. You'll be able to leave Peller and they also will transport your bike and luggage. It'll take you to Sherway or OVO, so just hop off wherever works best for you. Your friends and family are also welcome to take this shuttle with you if they're going to be coming to the finish line to cheer you on. There'll be lots of fun, food, drinks, lots happening at Peller Estates, so please encourage them to come out and hang out at the finish line with you and cheer your other riders through the finish line. The route will officially close at 5, with our last shuttle leaving from Peller Estates back to Toronto at 5:30.
Okay. So now we've made it to the final beautiful finish at Peller Estates Winery, where we'll celebrate your incredible journey. There's lots of delicious food to fuel you, live music, wine sampling, beverages, and camaraderie as well. Please encourage your friends and family to come out and carpool in their transportation. There is parking available less than a kilometer away off of John Street, and we do have shuttles running all day long, or it's an 8-minute walk to the event site. Please note that the official route does close at 5 p.m. on day 2, as Sid mentioned previously. Again, no rider gets left behind, no need to worry. And if you do need a pickup, we can either take you to the lunch shuttle or call the hotline number on your wristband or ask a volunteer to arrange a ride for you to the finish. When you cross the finish line, you can drop off your bike at the bike transport truck if you're returning to Toronto. Your luggage will be at the gear pickup area. Showers, change rooms, and massages are available, so you can freshen up before joining the finish line party. You've accomplished something incredible, and so we really want to celebrate that with you. Grab some barbecue as well as a well-deserved beverage of your choice, and be sure to take a picture with your bike over your head at our famous iconic Pat backdrop. And then shuttle buses and bike trucks, to Toronto will start departing as early as 11 a.m. On the Sunday, running all throughout the day to drop off riders and bikes, both at Sherway and OVO Athletic Center. The last shuttle will be at 5:30 p.m. as noted before. If you are riding an e-bike and you need it transported in a shuttle, please take out the battery in your e-bike. It must be removed from your bike before it loads any shuttle vehicles. Lastly, you can also register for a 2026 event at Peller Estates if you haven't done so yet. And if you have, you can pick up your long sleeve shirt incentive from us at that tent as well. We have some really awesome incentives for you. So we really want you to take advantage of those. Now over to Hyoni.
Great, thanks, Alyssa. So I'm just going to quickly go over what to pack for the weekend. Although if you visit our event weekend details page, all the essentials and recommendations are listed there. Key things you will need are comfortable cycling outfits for both days if you're riding all weekend, clothes to change into after your ride, and an overnight bag with your toiletries and any essentials to help with your post-recovery after each day. If you're camping, note that only the tent is provided, so you will need to pack your own sleeping bag, pillow, and sleeping pad. And if you haven't done so yet, please make sure that your bike is tuned and ready to go before a ride weekend. We cannot stress this enough. Most mechanicals can be prevented by simply doing a once-over on your bike to ensure it's safe and ready to roll. Next slide, please. So before you drop off your bike at bike parking, riders should just make sure they do the following before a ride weekend. Be sure your bike feels comfortable. It's going to be long days on the bike, so if you feel a little uncomfortable right now, try to get your bike fitted and tuned by your local bike shop prior to ride weekend. And if you're not sure where to go, you can visit our website under the Key Event Supporters page. We have a bunch of outfitters that are supporting all of you and are offering really great special discounts for all of our registered riders. At a minimum, simply just do the ABCs check, which is air. Put air in your tires. Make sure your brakes work, and check your chain to ensure it's not worn out, and apply chain lube. Our on-site outfitters, we do have on-site outfitters at both start lines, and they're available to help you out during kit pickup and gear bike drop-off on Thursday and Friday at the Toronto start line, and Friday at Niagara start line. There will be on-site mechanics at the start lines on Saturday morning, at every single pit stop, and at camp, but they may just note that they may charge for anything beyond minor adjustments. So be sure to have your bike ready to ride before ride weekend.
And I would just add on the ABCs of bike prep, just avoid the stress of having to show up and do any of this on events. Certainly if there is something that goes askew over the course of the weekend, we are there to support. Also note too, if you are going to get your bike tuned up, it can be a week, it can be a week and a half before they can actually look at it. So they'll put it in a queue and you may not get it back in time for ride weekend. So if you are thinking of bringing your bike in, I would do that now in time to ensure you have it back for next weekend.
Yeah, and all of our outfitters that are listed on our Key Event Supporters page, they know this is a big journey for you, so they will do their best to prioritize you, but please do contact them within the next week or so that they can get you all set up for ride weekend.
Tell them Hyoni sent you.
Yes, exactly.
All right, the last piece here before we open it up to Q&A, and we've got a number of questions that are in the chat already. I would encourage you to keep sending your questions through, even if you think it's already been asked. It helps us understand where the majority of people are the kinds of questions that they're looking to ask, and we can prioritize accordingly. New last year, we added a PMCF events app for both our ride and our Northern Pass event. If you haven't had a chance, go into the App Store or Google Play, download the app. A couple of things. It allows you to track other riders en route. So this is not a GPS app, but it will let you know when fellow riders have come in and out of pit stops. It gives a pretty accurate calculator of when that rider that you're tracking will cross the finish line too. This is really, really helpful for spectators. So if you've got spectators, friends, family that are looking to meet you at the finish line, this is a really helpful way to ensure that they don't show up 3 hours before you cross the finish line because you feel really energetic in the first 25K of the ride and maybe are a little bit slower the second half of the ride. So we encourage you to download this app. There'll also be links to a lot of helpful information in the app, and we may, throughout the course of the weekend, send push messages through the app too if there's any key information we need to communicate. Lastly, you can send cheer messages through the app. So friends and family, as they're watching you over the course of the weekend and through the app, they can send you little messages which will pop up on the screens at the finish line over ride weekend and give you that little boost of motivation as well. So we are now going to open it up to Q&A. We've got about 15, 20 minutes to do that before we wrap up. And we will try to start maybe at the top here. But Hyoni, if there's anything that you see that's coming up a multitude of times, do we want to start there? And we may just have a chat here and tackle them as a collective too. So you'll see a bit of behind the scenes on who it makes sense to tackle which questions. Do you want to kick off?
Yeah, I see there's a few questions here in the chat asking if you need to sign up for any of the shuttles. And no, you do not have to sign up. And if you did sign up for the shuttle, you don't need to let anyone know. The shuttles are going to be running very frequently all weekend long, so all good there.
Okay, and I saw a question that I will take on non-alcoholic beer. So could we have non-alcohol or alcohol-free beer? So we have had for a couple of years now, and they are back in 2025. Libra is our non-alcoholic beer partner. So they will be serving at camp on Saturday. It is available through the main bar area. So if you have any challenges, just talk to wait staff or any bar staff. But we have partnered with Libra again for 2025.
Listen, do you want to just go to the OCI check-in page? There's
Yeah.
a couple after here. There's a few questions. Towards the end. There's a few questions here on OCI. If you've reached your fundraising goal, but you can't seem to, yes, we do encourage you to check in online. So it just reduces you having to do that on site. It's where you'll sign your waiver, input your emergency contact information, gives you an opportunity to re-register for next year as well. So that's just the online check-in is on our website, just on the drop-down menu under event information.
And again, it's to avoid lineups on the morning of. If you show up on Saturday morning, you've got your bike, it's a new venue, you're making your way into the space, there's 5,000 people there. If you don't have to show up to registration to do any of the pre-work, you can just show up, pick up your kit, and off you go. It's going to save you time. It's going to keep our lines as short as possible and help our fellow riders as well.
And if you did OCI before May 7th, which was the deadline to receive your kit in the mail, it may still be in transport right now, so keep checking the mail. If you OCI'd after May 7th, you will need to pick up your kit on site, either at the if you're starting in Toronto, we'll be starting our check-in or kit pickup next Thursday and Friday or Saturday morning. And for those who are starting in Niagara, you will be picking up your kit on site either on Friday from 11 to 8 or Saturday morning.
And I see in the chat there's also when you pick up your kit, that's also where you can get your milestone helmet for whichever year you're collecting. Please note these won't be going in the mail for anyone. These are all pickup on site, and they'll be available at your start lines at the same time as the kit pickup. So Thursday, Friday, Saturday in Toronto, as well as Friday, Saturday in Niagara. Please note these can't be picked up at McMaster at the halfway point, just at the kit pickup at the start lines.
We'll stay on OCI here for a couple more minutes. I see a couple related questions. One is, I exceeded my goal, but still can't check in online. You may not be the only one that has had some technical difficulties with the site or engaging with the site. I would encourage you, I mean, there are things that you can do like clear your cache, refresh, try a different browser, all of those little technical things that we are accustomed to having to try. If you're still having challenges, we're gonna send out this link to the video. We're also going to share the Ride Guide's contact information at the end of the presentation. If you're still having challenges, reach out to the Ride Guides. To the extent we are able, we will walk you through the online check-in process and make sure that you're ready for Ride Weekend. Another was, I did my online check-in before the deadline, but still did not get my gear. How can I check to see where it is? So we did track the last shipment of kits out, so we should have a tracking number. If you reach out again to the Ride Guides, we can send that tracking number to you. However, the first two shipments did not have tracking numbers. Is that right, Sydney?
Yes.
Thank you. So we aren't necessarily able to track it. That said, we are going to make sure you have a kit for Ride Weekend. So you may just need to come and see us either the Thursday, Friday, or Saturday. Earlier the better, like we say, to have as much time as you can. But we will make sure you have your jersey if it does not arrive. There are some folks who do reach out to us and say they haven't reached or seen their kit. We then say, well, have you checked your mailbox? And then they go to the mailbox and the kit is there. So I do encourage you, especially if you live in a condo, it could have been dropped somewhere in a common space. We have found sort of kits everywhere. Check in and around your space, your mailbox, common areas. If it's still not there, reach out to us, let us know, and we'll make sure you have your kit.
There's a question about parking, how many spots are available in the red lot. I can't remember off the top of my head the exact number, but it's a few hundred. We do have overflow parking available as well. There's going to be security patrolling all the mall parking lots, so there will be security, and they're not going to be ticketing or towing any cars. So if you do happen to park outside of the red lot, no worries, all good. Another question that popped up is, can shuttle buses take both rider and bike to Sherway Gardens? So if you're going to be jumping on the shuttle from the OVO Athletic Center at the exhibition, yes, they will be taking riders and bikes to Sherway Gardens. The only shuttles that will not be transporting bikes are the hotel shuttles. So if you are staying in one of our host hotels, either in Toronto or Niagara, you will need to drop your bike off prior to Saturday morning because they'll just be picking up rider and gear.
I'm going to pass to Alyssa, ask just to give an update on accommodation, if where we have any space available for those that may have registered recently and are still looking for overnight accommodation.
Yeah, it's a great question. So if there are any dorm rooms available at McMaster, those would be accessible through the link on our website in this event weekend details under the accommodation section. So head there. Once you log into the McMaster portal, you can check there to see if there are any rooms available. Failing that, we do have, and you want to stay at camp, we have the tent, sleeping tent option on our athletic field there. as well as there's a few hotels in the neighboring area that if you call and you let them know that you're part of the Princess Margaret Ride to Conquer Cancer group, they can see if they have available rooms at that time. We also have information at that link under event weekend details about the Toronto and Niagara host hotels if you're looking to book one of those as well.
And the tents this year are brand new, thanks to our friends at Canadian Tire. So I don't know if let us know in the chat if you stayed in a tent last year and got a little bit wet overnight. Still can't promise. We can't control the weather. However, the tents are brand new this year and will be used for the first time on Ride Weekend, thanks to Canadian Tire.
I did see a question in the chat. If you have separation anxiety from your bike, can I take it into the McMaster dorm rooms? McMaster typically advises not to take your bike into the dorm room, depending also on the dorm style that you have booked. It may not have enough space for your bike. If you really don't feel comfortable leaving it in bike parking secured overnight, you can speak with the front desk McMaster staff team about that on the Saturday.
Okay, I'm going to take the next two. One was, and I'm sure not the only person thinking about this, why the changes to the start and the finish lines for 2025. So we love change, we love innovation. These are not changes that we would have made if we did not have to make them. And it really is due to construction projects that are taking place on the sites where we've previously hosted. So X Place, between a new hotel being built there and I believe it's the Ontario line, we were unable to go back to X Place. And then at the Niagara Falls finish line, the big building, if you can picture it, that was always beside our finish line is under renovation this year too and could not go back to Niagara Falls. We will be asking a question in the post-event survey this year. We want to get your thoughts on how you enjoyed the new start and finish lines. And so please feel free to share all of the good, bad, and ugly with us in the post-event survey. The second question is about team photos. So I will be sending out a captain's email in the next 24 hours to all of our captains and co-captains. I'm waiting on the link to book your photos, team photos for this year. It'll be included as part of that captain's email, so have an eye out for that. It is first come, first serve for teams. We do not have unlimited photo spots available for teams. So make sure you have an eye on the team captain email that's going to come out directly from me and book as quickly as you can for Sunday morning. Sid?
Yeah, there's also two I'm going to tackle as well. So the first one, we've got a couple questions about your luggage logistics. So we do transport everything for you throughout Ride Weekend. There's no need to carry your backpack or anything with you while you're out on the route. So how that works is at both of the start lines, you'll drop off your luggage. Just a pro tip, there's a lot of like black duffel bags or black backpacks. So we encourage you to maybe put a bandana or something tied on to it so that you're able to distinguish which one is which. So you'll drop it off at your start line. We have plenty of transport trucks, and you'll also see luggage tags in your kits. So put your name and phone number on there and attach it to your bags, and we will transport that to McMaster for you on Saturday while you're on the route. So as soon as you get there, you can put your bike into bike parking and go and grab your luggage. And the same thing is offered on day 2. So when you are leaving from McMaster and heading towards Peller Estates, you can drop off your bag at the transport trucks and they will take it to Peller for you. So then same thing when you get there, you will grab it when you arrive and you'll have all of your stuff for you, and there's no need to carry it with you while you're on the route. And secondly, we had a question in the chat about donations from other parts around the world besides your Canadian online donations? So the answer is yes. We accept donations from all over the world. We are actually just only able to create tax receipts for those who donate in CAD and USD. If people have any trouble submitting donations, please reach out to the ride guides. One note, we do see a lot of USD donations. You guys have lots of friends and family out there who are wanting to support you. When they do go to donate, you'll see when they click the donate button, it says important, and there's a couple notes in there. One of them says, if you're donating in USD, please click here. It is a separate portal that it'll take them through. So please direct them towards there. But again, if anyone has any questions or your donors need any support, you can always reach out to the ride guide, and we're happy to help them process the donations over the phone or email.
Okay, so I've got one. Thanks, Sid. And then I'm going to pass it over to Alyssa to talk Milestone helmets. But first is Kilo Club. So we launched the Kilo Club for the first time last year. You are a member of the Kilo Club last year if you got a donation of $1,000 plus or multiple donations from the same donor totaling $1,000 plus. We launched the program again this year in partnership with Butterfield and Robinson, but slightly different. So they will have a tent, B&R will have a tent at camp on Saturday afternoon. We will be sending an email out to all of those Kilo Club riders for this year who qualify. And then it's expected that you attend, you go stop by the B&R tent on Saturday afternoon. They'll have a list, the same list that we sent the emails out to, and you will be able to pick up your podium water bottle there. You will also receive your $700 voucher off of a B&R trip there as well. In terms of the recognition on the monument outside of the Cancer Center, that gets done in the fall time once the event season is over, and will stay up all year as the 2024 one is now. Alyssa?
Okay, so just to briefly talk about Milestone helmets. So for those of you who are earning a Milestone helmet this year, either for your 5, 10, or 15th year of participation, congratulations, and thank you so much for your support. You can pick up your helmet at the Milestone Helmet Tent, which will be available during our kit pickup days. So again, for Sherway in Toronto, that's going to be the Thursday and Friday next week. You can pick this up on Saturday morning, but you just need to make sure that you've got a helmet to ride on the morning of. And then we will also have Milestone helmet pickup available for you at Peller Estates if you're starting at Peller Start Line on the Friday as well.
I'm just seeing a few questions in regards to luggage logistics. So at the Toronto Start Line at Sherway Gardens, we do have luggage drop-off open and available between 11 and 8 p.m. from Thursday to Friday, as well as Saturday morning from 6 to 8 a.m. At Peller Estates, you can drop off your luggage and bike on Friday from 11 to 8 p.m. and Saturday morning as well. From there, all of your gear will get transported to camp and will be placed in. Going back to that, when you're dropping off your luggage, you'll be given a letter sticker that will go on your wristband and on your luggage tag. So then when it's getting dropped off at camp in the athletic field, they'll be set up in rows according to the letter, and so you'll pick up your luggage from there when you finish. And then Sunday morning you will drop off your luggage again just by the finish line. There'll be our gear trucks and volunteers to guide you, and so you'll be given a new letter sticker, and you'll drop off your luggage to the corresponding truck with the same letter sticker, and that all your luggage will get transported to the finish line at Peller Estates, where again you will pick up your luggage from there according to your letter sticker.
Yoni, do you know if we have anyone from Mosaic on call? TBD.
Okay.
So we got a question here, and it's come up a couple different times. So for spectators with babies, will Peller parking shuttle accommodate strollers and wagons?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. So the walk from the shuttle parking lot to Peller is relatively short, but if you want to take the shuttle, we will accommodate strollers and wagons, or you would have the option to walk if you wanted to walk.
It's about 800-meter walk, 8 to 10 minutes.
Okay. How do we find our specific bike? I think we tackled that one. We are coming up maybe at the end of the most pressing questions.
Maybe I'll just take a few questions about McMaster. So, McMaster does provide bed linens as well as towels. We do recommend maybe if you have like a camping towel to pack that, just if you want to take a shower at the Peller start line or like freshen up, you have that with you in your luggage. And then McMaster does also have parking available for friends and family who want to come to camp. They have lots available with paid parking. So if you head to our website, which we'll share, and under the event information, event weekend details, under parking, you'll find all the details there.
I also see a couple questions about people not seeing their names yet in the app. Rest assured, don't worry, they get added in bulk, in batches, so not everyone has been added yet. You are welcome to reach out to the ride guide just so we can, of course, triple check that your name is on the list to be loaded in. But no need to worry about that quite yet because not everyone has been uploaded into the app just quite yet.
Okay, so we're just doing a time check. Hopefully we got through all of the main pressing questions, but we want to leave you with resources to ensure that if you did not get your questions answered, that you at least know where to look or who to reach out to contact. So we're actually, Alyssa, if we can go back one slide, and I know we hung on here for a little while during the presentation, but this is live on the Ride to Conquer Cancer website. So where it says close up in the center top header there would usually be the menu icon. Click on that and you can click through to the event weekend details on the left-hand side. There's also the FAQ section at the bottom of the event information section there that you can look at for a lot of other questions that you may be wondering about. If you still require some information, please do reach out to us. There are some additional documents that are live on our website between the fundraising guide, team captain's guide, training and fueling, and our Ride 101. But all of the relevant live information for 2025 will be on the event weekend details portion of the site. These documents tend to share much more static information relevant year-round and at a higher level. You'll want to go and dig a little bit deeper on the event weekend details section. If you still have questions after that, we are here to support you in a number of ways and through a number of channels. So we have live chat on our website, Monday to Friday, 9 to 5. Sid is confirming. We also have our ride guides phone number, so 877-699-BIKE or 2453 or rideguides@thepmcf.ca. We're also going to send the link out to this presentation and make sure that you all have access to it to play it back if you wish. It will also be posted on YouTube. We're also going to host another session on Thursday evening, so you're still welcome. Any friends, family, fellow riders that didn't join us today, you can still RSVP through the link to join us for Thursday evening, and we'll send out the link in advance to that session as well. We are coming up right on 1 o'clock. Keone, anything you want to add before we...
We are hosting another session on Thursday evening, so you are welcome to join us for that session as well if you have further questions or just want to hear us talk about all this all over again.
Before we go, I want to take the last 30 seconds or so to thank everybody, all of you on the call here today. We cannot do what we do at the Princess Margaret, at the Cancer Center, or for cancer research Without each and every single one of you, we aim to raise north of $18 million this year and host over 4,500 riders. There's lots of questions that come with that. We are here to support you as a part of the ride. You are not just a part of a cycling event. You're a part of a community, and we cannot wait to come out in just a week and a half and see you all on Ride Weekend. So until then, thank you. Get some last-minute training in, I hope, and some fundraising, and we'll see you in a week's time. Take care.
you.
Thanks,
Bye.
guys. See you soon.